What's up, everybody? Today we are going to be doing unpacking of 2 packs that I got recently of the Skybox inaugural edition. I think these are from 1991 or so, but let's just open them up and enjoy and see what we have. And that should tell us as well what year these cards came from. Sorry, it's a bit, my method of opening a little bit unprofessional, but the main thing is we get them open and enjoy the contents within. Okay, first pack we have Sam Mitchell, Minnesota Timberwolves, current NBA analyst, I believe. Right there. Who's next? Greg Kite. For the Sacramento Kings, used to play for the Boston Celtics back in the day. Let's just have a look at the back here. So, this pack is a 1991 season pack. Okay. Great moustache as well, Greg Kite, backup center. Also played for the Orlando Magic at one stage. Danny Ferry in his suit. So, is that a rookie card or is that... Yep. Danny Ferry's rookie card, played in Italy during the 89-90 season. One of the greatest of Duke players, I believe, and definitely not one of the greatest of the Cavs players of all time. But I think got a ring with the Spurs later in his career, I think. And also became general manager, I believe, of one of those teams. Rory Sparrow, Miami Heat. Dwayne Farrell, who was a small forward for the Atlanta Hawks. John Sally, who most recently you would see in LA's Finest and also on many Vlad TV clips. A member of the Detroit Pistons, part of their 2-time back-to-back winning championship teams. Forward center, John Sally, also played for the Lakers and the Bulls and picked up rings with them as well. Beautiful. Kevin Johnson, what a legend. Point guard for the Phoenix Suns and future mayor of Sacramento, if you didn't know. Kevin Johnson, one of the greatest players of all time, one of the greatest Suns of all time. That's a great card. Gerald Henderson, another former, this card is him playing for the Pistons, but another former Boston Celtic. Everyone remembers that famous video they show on the NBA ads. Henderson steals the ball. So that's great. Brad Daugherty, great career cut short by injury. Another North Carolina player like MJ. Famed for her baby skyhook, not the full skyhook that Kareem had, but Brad Daugherty, great passing center, and really only played maybe 7 or 8 years in the NBA. He was an all-star, but injuries really did cut him short, unfortunately, playing with Larry Nance and Mark Price on the Caps. The late, great Dennis Johnson, the point guard and distributor on those great Celtics teams of the 80s with Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish. Also played many seasons with Phoenix and Seattle. Unfortunately passed away now, but the late great Dennis Johnson, who is a Hall of Famer. Now we have Ron Harper, who at this point in time was playing with the Clippers and ended up winning rings with the Chicago Bulls, obviously, and also with the LA Lakers and the Kobe Shaq teams. Byron Irvin, from the Portland Trailblazers, don't know much about him. I guess he didn't last that long in the league, unfortunately. Sherman Douglas, playing here for the Miami Heat, and in the future he would go on to play for the Boston Celtics, and I think as well as that, the New Jersey Nets. Almost there to the end. Alvin Robertson, one of the best players of his generation. Unfortunately, he was kind of maligned because of alleged crimes that he was later exonerated for. So a little bit unfair for Alvin Robertson, but great defender and an all-star, playing here for the Bucks. Also played for the Spurs and for the Pistons. And the last one in this pack, Larry Smith, big man for the Houston Rockets. As you can see, played alongside Hakeem Olajuwon, and he's up there blocking poor old Vlade Divac's shot. Alright, that's it for the first pack. 15 cards. Pretty value, I think. Pretty good value. Put it in front of Mr. Sharpticon. And we shall get into the second pack. Like I said, apologies if my method of opening packs is a little bit unrefined. Do my best. Okay. Mike Brown, center for the Utah Jazz, also ends up playing for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Sorry, the lighting's a bit terrible. Still trying to work out how to use the lighting properly, to be honest. Just a newbie at this. Mark Jackson, there goes that man, with Jeff Van Gundy and Mike Breen on the call for is it TNT? No, not TNT. For whoever they call for. Mark Jackson in his New York days, before going on to play for the Indiana Pacers and also the LA Clippers. Scottie Pippen, Mr. Disgruntled, unhappy. One of my favorite players, but hopefully he's in a good headspace now. One of the 75 greatest and 50 greatest of all time. And, of course, one of the greatest Chicago Bulls of all time. Greg Anderson, better known as Cadillac Anderson. He was one of the top picks of his draft, I think. Anyway, he ended up playing for the Detroit Pistons and the San Antonio Spurs. Greg Cadillac Anderson, big man. Adrian Caldwell, he was a mainstay for the Houston Rockets during the 80s, I believe. You can see him here marked up against Karl Malone. Pretty chunky individual. Here we go. Sidney Lowe. Sidney Lowe played guard for the Minnesota Timberwolves when they entered the league. Also ended up being general manager, and I think he also coached the team for a while. So it's a good one to get. Sidney Lowe, as you can see, playing defense here on Byron Scott. Oh yes, the big dog. One of my favorite players of all time, if not my favorite. The big dog, Antoine Carr, when he played for Sacramento. Obviously, he had just got there because the back of the card, the picture still has him playing for the Atlanta Hawks. Antoine Carr would obviously go on to play for the Spurs, alongside David Robinson. And then the Utah Jazz, 2 trips to the finals, playing backup center, power forward with Karl Malone, John Stockton, and that gang. But yeah, wow, I'm very happy to get this Antoine Carr. What a legend. Dale Ellis, one of the best three-point shooters of all time. He played for the Denver Nuggets as well as the Seattle Sonics and I think the Spurs as well. And I remember hearing Gary Payton say on a podcast that he got into a fight with Xavier McDaniel. But I think they've squashed that beef now. But yeah, Dale Ellis, I think also three-point shooting champion. How ironic that is Larry Bird here playing defense on him, who was also a three-point shooting champion at the All-Star weekend. Eddie Lee Wilkins, backup center for the New York Knicks, playing behind big Tyrannosaurus Patrick Ewing. So Eddie Lee Wilkins. Rod Higgins. Is a shooting swingman for the Golden State Warriors, as well as the Cleveland Cavaliers. Also went to North Carolina and one of Michael Jordan's best friends. And I think Michael Jordan brought him into front office management for the when he ran the Charlotte team, I think, or maybe it could have been the Wizards. But yeah, Rod Higgins is a very close friend of Michael Jordan, and has I guess his career has followed not Michael's trajectory, but he's kind of where Michael's gone after retirement, Rod Higgins has kind of gone too. Robert Reed, big man for the Charlotte Hornets. Don't know that much about him. Well, nice one. Karl Malone, the mailman. Cannot be unhappy about that. Look at it. Look at that physique. What a tank. Going up for the, what looks like it's going to be a little layup at the end of there. But big Karl Malone. Not much explanation needed. Bill Hanslick, longtime player for the Denver Nuggets, in their old school uniform with the Rockies and the Alps in the background there, in their logo. Jim Paxson. Jim Paxson was obviously John Paxson's brother. I think he was an all-star, played for the Portland Trail Blazers. Was also one of the reasons why the Blazers picked Sam Bowie and not Michael Jordan, because they had Jim Paxson and Clyde Drexler in the backcourt already. This card has been playing for the Celtics, but Jim Paxson, to 90s fans, is the older brother of John Paxson from the Chicago Bulls. Last but not least, John Battle. He's a backup guard playing here for the Atlanta Hawks. I think he ended up going to Cleveland after this, if I'm not mistaken. John Battle, very cool name, and very cool player. So there you go. We unpacked two packs today of Skybox 1991 inaugural edition. I'm very happy with some of the ones I got there. Happy with all of them, really. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the unpacking or the unboxing, whatever you want to call it, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.